Hi guys, Justin's here. I'm going to show you how to do a flip chip on your stump jumper. So I have my bike hanging from a bike hook from the ceiling, and what you're going to need to do is you're going to look down here on your shock, and you'll see two settings. It's going to be very hard to see this, but you have a high and a low. And right now, if you look down there, my bike is in the low position. Now, Specialized does say that they ship these stump jumpers in the low position. It's going to give you more slack head angle, lower bottom bracket, blah blah blah. You guys know what the deal is there. But for me, the stuff I do, the trails I ride, you know, we have some downhill stuff, but it's not extreme. So we're going to switch that and hopefully make this thing a little bit more of a what they call snappy or fun, responsive. And it's going to stand the bike up a little bit. So what we're going to need to do, there's a 5mm there and the 6mm there. So I will go ahead and I'll loosen those up and I'll show you what we need to do. Alright, so first we are going to loosen this 5mm, and then go ahead and loosen it, but don't take it out yet. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your 6mm and you're going to go ahead and break that free. Alright, now back up to this 5mm. We go ahead and take this screw out. So I put the camera down. I need two hands to get this screw out. It's pretty obvious. Your shock is under pressure, so it's naturally going to want to extend. So you need a little bit of force to hold the shock down so you can remove the bolt. Another thing you could do is you could just let all the air out of your shock, and that way you're not fighting it. Now this bolt will come out nice and easy, and then I'll show you the flip chip. Alright, so I went ahead and stuck a rag up here just to give it something to rest on. You can see it's nice and loose. So you got to go ahead and take out 6mm. Should be able to pull that out and not go nowhere. Now your flip chip's right in here, so you're going to want to wiggle and pull this up. Here it is, your flip chip. So all you got to do, you can see how these are offset. All you got to do is spin it 180 degrees. Same goes for this one on the bottom. And again, you can't put these in the wrong way. Well, you can, but you can't put one in correctly and one in correctly. So now we'll just go ahead. It's got a little groove. You slide that back into, and then that's it. We'll put it right back together. I use two hands for this. I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got it started back in the rear shock fork. Just keep in mind that it does go long ways from side to side. If you put the short way up top, it's not going to fit down in your bracket. So just slide that in. We'll grab your bolt. It's right here. Start threading that in. Again, that's a 6mm. Finger tight for now is fine. So now for the tricky part, with one hand, I'm going to attempt to do this. Pull my rag out. Okay. So you can see how high up it is. If you spread your triangle apart, your shock will fall right back down in the hole. You just do the same. Spread the triangle. Get this bolt in here. Alright, I need 2 hands. Be right back. Alright, got it back in. Again, this top one is 5mm. Now, if you watch the instructions, or I'm sorry, read the instructions, Specialized wants you to tighten this top one first, and then they want you to tighten that one down at the bottom. I believe this top one's around 10 Newton meters, or whatever the hell that equals in foot-pounds, but we'll call that good for me. And then grab your 6mm and then snug that down. But they don't want you to tighten it up until the front one's tight. Well, the front one's tight. So we can go ahead and snug this one down. Stand with it. Just a little bit bigger of a bolt. And put a little bit more pressure on it. But again, it's still going into aluminum, so I believe the torque spec on that one was around 20 something Newton meters. And that's it. That's how you set your flip chip. Now you look back up in here and you can see we are now on the high setting. So I'm just going to pump my shock back up. I think I was somewhere around 220-ish PSI in the rear shock. So I'm going to pump that back up and I'm going to go take it for a ride. See how this new geometry works out for me.